Hello and welcome. This is the Waterfield International Raceway. And with Mazda now being the title sponsor of the Caribbean Spec Miata series, today I'll be joined by driver Justin Wortman to take a nice cruise around the racetrack, see what he has to say. Sitting behind the wheel of the Mazda 3.
Yeah.
I love the driving position. It's quite low and sporty, especially the hatchback model which I drove a while back, right? In comparison to the driving position in your Miata, what's the difference like? How does it feel?
Well, this car feels really like a sporty, luxurious model of what we race, right? Obviously, this is a much newer car. It has really nice interiors. The seats feel almost like a semi-bucket seats. But yeah, the riding position is low and it feels like it wants to be a race car.
Throughout your journey within the Spec Miata series thus far, who would you say is your biggest rival?
The rivalries change up a bit over the years. But if I really had to pick one rival, it would be David Coelho, aka Jaffo. And you know, we've been going at it head to head since the beginning of the series. And he has always been one of my biggest competitors. Now we're good friends off the track, but when we're on the track and we're racing, the friendship goes out the door. We both want to win, right? And we don't. I would say neither of us hold anything back.
Recently, you've had quite an edge over David.
Fortunately, yes. I think this year we definitely got the better of him. We have 2 races left for the season, but I would never count those boys out.
Fair enough. He's always that one to edge you when you least expect it.
Yes, when you least expect it, he definitely dials in and performs the way he needs to. He's a pain in the ass, if I'm being honest.
I'm taking you back to something you might not particularly want to reminisce about. You had an unfortunate crash 2 years ago into the tire barrier.
Yeah, correct.
Give me the moments leading up to that crash and then the moment of when you had liftoff, when you were airborne.
Yeah, take off. Right, so recalling that race, I was currently in second. Ryan Peru was in first, and of course my boy David Coelho was right behind me, pushing me. And for a solid 4 laps, we were all neck and neck in a train. Nobody wanted to give up their position, and we were racing very hard. Each one of us had a shot. You know, obviously Ryan was in front; he was the most vulnerable. But at the same time, I was unable to really attack him because I was defending from David Coelho, who was fighting for my position, and I was trying to execute every ounce of performance out of the car using the full track. You know, we're fighting for tenths of a second, right?
It's two-turn hill right through.
Yeah, you're fighting for tenths of a second, so you're really trying to extract every piece of performance you can get. And you know, I was trying to pull every trick out my bag, and the lap before I was like, yeah, we're passing a little closer, but I'm getting a little extra on Peru, and it's working out.
Use all of the track.
Yeah, I might have tried to use a little more than he had available at the time, and we got a little too close to the tire barrier, and because it was rubber and a tire wall, and the front left tire of my car just grazed the wall, and because of the friction between the 2 rubbers, it actually sucked the car into the barrier and drove it in the air upside down. And the car did a full 180 and landed upside down, obviously, and spun like a top.
Yeah, I remember
for
seeing
a couple spins, and I'm upside down in the car. I wasn't even upset. I was just more so frustrated that I just gave away my whole race. You know, if I had just cooled it down a little bit, I would have probably held on to 2nd or 3rd place and gained valuable championship points. But obviously, the racer in me, you want to fight for first no matter what. So I left nothing there. I let it all hang out, and unfortunately, it just didn't go the way I was expecting.
I remember you getting out of the car. Everyone, spectators, your family members, were worried about your safety. Are you all right? And you came out of the car in the most frustrated manner possible, almost as though you just want to throw away the car. It's like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, well, boy, it was definitely a frustrating experience. You know, we really damaged the car But in hindsight, I mean, the cars are built to crash, right? Not saying you want to crash your car, but they do have proper safety technology in these cars,
roll
right?
cage, not to mention
We have
your
a full,
hand
we have a
device.
full roll cage. You have your helmet, your race suits. You have your 5 points racing harness, and your hands neck device, right? So I came out the car unscathed. A little stiff neck, a little black and blue on my foot when I had to crawl out.
Yeah.
But I was good to go. However, the car wasn't
Car wasn't
so good to go.
yeah.
No.
Round 2 of this year, the weather pitched some interesting driving conditions.
Yeah, correct.
And you voiced your interest in wet conditions over dry conditions. Why do you like the wet racing so much?
Right. So I mean, when it's wet conditions, really mix it up, right? It brings the cars all back down to a level playing field, and driver performance really makes the difference.
Yeah.
And I somewhat prefer that, right? Because it brings us all down to a more equal playing field,
Fair enough.
and it all comes down to who keeps it together, who stays consistent and makes the least amount of errors. So it all comes down to driver capabilities, and that is really what this is all about. The whole Caribbean Spec Miata series is geared towards equal and fair racing where money doesn't have everything to do with it. It comes down to how skilled you are as a driver.
Because the Miatas are just so practically identical.
Essentially, the cars are identical. The cars are all very identical. As you can see, nobody's car is faster than somebody else's own. We have procedures that we follow very strictly, and it really all comes down to how good you are as a racing driver and your racing craft.
On a race day, during a 15-lap event, fighting tooth and nail for first place wherever you are on the track, what runs through your mind for each and every corner? Is it, well, let me clip this apex here, try not to lose time, or let me try to gain an edge here? What is that like?
When it really comes down to it, there's not much on my mind. You enter this almost like flow state, where you become like one with your machinery, and for those few seconds, your mind is blank. Your mind is blank. You're not thinking, let me attack at this corner, let me try and outbreak him here. You are just, the best way I can describe it is you're just flowing. Your mind is blank and it just becomes like muscle memory. Right, so in the pole position, getting ready to start the race. Green flag, drop the clutch, going. Checking the mirrors, second gear, defending your position. RPMs are building, going to third gear. Once nobody's on you, you take the fast line. When you start the race, you brake by the third marker. Second gear, come off the clutch, we're braking, slow entry, slow in, fast out. Coming and using the full width of the track as much as you could. Coming up to the next corner here, we're in third gear. This corner is really crucial. You need to ace this corner because this is where you make up all your lap time. Staying more to the right, still in third gear. Coming over now, flowing, we're on the gas, the car is floating over. Long right hander, still in third gear. 4,000 RPM, 5,000, 6,000. Right about here, we're at 7,000 RPM. We're in fourth gear, really picking up some pace. Cutting this corner really close, drifting out just a little bit to keep the momentum. Coming in there hard, heavy on the brakes. Third gear, second gear, easy off the brakes. You started turning to the hairpin now. Back on the gas a little bit, feeling how the car is feeling. Flat out, the car is drifting over, using the full width of the track. Right about here, we engage in third gear. Up the straightaway, checking the mirrors to see where your competitors are. Coming up to the start finish line. Fourth gear, car's picking up some speed. Over the start finish line, and that's a lap of Wallerfield International Raceway.
Presently, Justin Wortman leads the Caribbean Spec Miata series, and with the upcoming race day on August 23rd, we shall see if Justin extends his lead or does David Coelho disrupt the leaderboard.